Welcome, 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 everyone. I am Alicia Couri, and I am here with Ernesto Verdugo. We're just going to have a really great conversation all around YouTube and how to really optimize your YouTube channel. I've been a client of Ernesto, and we have seen amazing results using his methodology. So I wanted to just, do a quick interview with him and share all the wonderful things that he has for small business owners, anyone with a YouTube channel that's trying to really elevate that. So Ernesto, welcome and thank you.
Hey, thank you, Alicia. I'm very happy to be here. And also I'm going to take a little bit advantage to ask you some questions because I love the work that you're doing. I love your videos. I was actually very impressed with how fast you got your channel monetized. And the reason why you got your channel monetized so quickly was because people like what you're doing. And I think also, if you allow me, I will also like to ask some questions, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a little turnaround here. That's going to be fun. First of all, I wanted to find out, how did you get into studying YouTube and creating this as a business for yourself?
Well, it is right now the number one platform there is on the internet. Right now, what happens is that most people stay stuck in the information age. Right now, we are in the digital age, and the pandemic just accelerated that tremendously. When the pandemic got started, I was in India. It was my last speaking engagement. And I knew that we were not going to have engagements at all. And within 4 days of the lockdown mandate, I launched a web TV show through YouTube and Facebook without any experience. We wanted to, keep company and good fun and good spirits. And that was the whole thing. And then I started seeing that created a lot of traction. Mm-hmm. And that actually made me stay relevant. So then I started studying the younger generation. So Generation C and Generation Y, the millennials, and what they were doing. And I started really getting hooked into YouTube, and it is an incredible way to expand your business and also get your message across. And then I started learning every single thing that was required from the very beginning so that you can start really growing as a YouTuber. And I think it's also very hip that at age 50, you can say, well, I am also a YouTuber.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yay. We may not be TikTokers, but we're definitely YouTubers.
Yeah.
And speaking of TikTok, like a lot of people are using TikTok videos on YouTube. Do you think that's successful?
Well, absolutely. I see a lot of people. Well, because right now YouTube has the YouTube Shorts. And YouTube Shorts are the equivalent of TikTok. They're not used so much for the dancing, but they're also very effective. Used to be a lot more, but right now still you can get a lot of traction with those shorts. But you can use those shorts very nicely to do trailers for your other videos. And that of course gets a lot of exposure.
Oh, I didn't think of that, because I have trailers for my video that I post on social media. So now you've given me an idea. I got to post those as shorts and link them to the videos.
Yeah, just remember to be shooting in vertical, not in horizontal.
Oh, I have to.
They will not be shorts.
Oh, that's right, because they're not. Then they're not. So I have to shoot more videos.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. It has to become, the problem with YouTube compared to the rest of the social media platforms like Facebook or like Twitter or like Instagram. YouTube is a video library, and those videos are going to stay there forever. And then what happens is that, they're going to start getting traction little by little. And if you have one video every 6 months or every 7 months, YouTube is not going to do anything. But the moment that you start creating content on a daily basis, or you start creating content on a weekly basis, then suddenly your audience is going to start growing. And it is
That's a great tip.
Yeah, it's an amazing platform. Same thing happens in Pinterest. Pinterest is not it's a gallery. So you have a gallery and you have a library. And you, of course, have the feed from all the other things. And most people think it's exactly the same, but it's not. So that's why I'm super excited about anything that has to do with YouTube. The YouTuber world, It's great. It keeps you young. You have to be learning every single thing which is happening. You start becoming better and getting better into production and getting better into editing and getting to understand how the algorithm works, which, by the way, also, if you create videos, it is about 100 times easier for you to rank on the search engines than if you actually create a blog post. If you search my name, Ernesto Verdugo, in Google Images, you're going to see that there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures of me. And that's because I was leveraging Pinterest. But the same thing you can do with YouTube. If you, for example, instead of calling your thumbnails, whenever you're creating your thumbnails in YouTube, you just call them IMG 34567, because of course that's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. You actually call it your name and then whatever it is. What's going to happen, because of course YouTube is owned by Google. What's going to happen is that all your pictures are going to be indexed. I encourage you just to look at my name in the Google Images, and you're going to see that a ton of my thumbnails have been already linked there in Google. So that's one of the great advantages. If you understand a little bit of how it works, you can do wonders, really wonders with YouTube.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I learned from you, which is so important, is if you're doing live videos or you're starting a video and you're streaming it to YouTube, it's very, very different than when you're doing it to Facebook or LinkedIn or another platform, because YouTube, when people watch YouTube, they want to know what your video is about, like right off the bat. So if you're sitting around, like if you're on Facebook and you're waiting for people to join in and you're doing all this stuff, people on YouTube are already cashed out. They're checked out, they've already checked out. So if you're streaming on other platforms and you're streaming to YouTube, it would behoove you to consider the YouTube audience first versus the other platforms that you're on, because that's going to live longer on YouTube than on Facebook, or because people are going to search for it and they're going to watch you, and they're not going to sit there for 2 minutes watching you just like, okay, we're waiting for people to join. We're just waiting for a few more people, and nothing is happening because they want to see content, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, a lot of people tell me, well, I mean, you have only been doing this for a little bit over a year. Well, actually, it's going to be now about 2 years, because it's been almost 2 years, 1 year and 8 months that we are with this craziness of the pandemic. So I got started about 4 days after the lockdown started. And I started broadcasting live daily. And I did it for 100 and something days, all in a row. And then you start learning a lot of things about live streaming. Live streaming is a complete different animal than doing videos for YouTube. But then what happens is that if you start learning and then you start repurposing your content, and then you start taking some parts of that live and then making them short little videos, you can do a lot of different things. But whenever you're streaming, I discovered something really important. I try to always go as live. Not live, but as live. Because when you go live, anything can go wrong. Has it ever happened to you?
I've experienced many wrong things going live.
And you don't want those silly mistakes to be hanging around in social media. So there's many ways in how you can restream, and you can be a lot more effective whenever you're doing stuff as live. So, for example, this presentation, we are doing it live, but in reality, it is as live.
Yes.
And the quality, it's a lot better. You know that everything is going to be fine. And of course, people stay with you a lot longer. When most people go live, they are saying, can you hear me? Are you there? Everybody here? I mean, those kind of things just absolutely kill those presentations. It's just really terrible.
Yes.
Same thing here. For example, if you're watching right now, why don't you right now give us a comment and let us know what you're thinking? I mean, it looks like if I am live, and that's just a great thing.
Yes.
But I mean, if you're not aware that you need to do those things, it's a lot better to always go as live. And once again, I mean, there's a ton of ways in how you can get that done. But also the another killer is like, for example, when they put those 20 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes introduction.
Intros.
Oh my God, it's just terrible. Not the intros, but the ticker. 20, 19, 18, 17.
Yeah.
You go like, oh my God. I mean, this is, you have
And you
to
can't skip.
yeah, you can skip. Yeah,
ahead.
exactly. You have to treat whenever you're broadcasting. You have to think like if you're in a broadcasting company, like in a real TV show, and that
Yeah.
of course is going to change a lot. Now, also, what happens? I mean, you have a great personality for doing this. It is pleasant to watch you, but there's some people which are really dull, and they just think that because of course they're going live, and then they wonder, well, how come this didn't work? Well, you have to be alive. You have
A
to
little
really show up. That it's
energetic.
great, energetic. If you don't show your energy, who's gonna watch you?
Exactly. Ernesto, how can people get a hold of you if they want to optimize their YouTube channel?
Well, the best way to get in touch with me, if you want, just go to my website, bookernesto.com, and I'll be very happy if you let me know that you came from Alicia. I will be very happy to do a half an hour assessment of where you are in YouTube, which is exactly what I did with you.
Yes.
And I told you exactly, well, this is what needs to change. This is what needs to happen. This is what needs to be improved. A lot.
Listen, half an hour with him changed my life on YouTube.
Thank you.
It really did. So thank you. Because people are asking me, a lot of people ask me, what did you do to your channel? What happened? And I'm like, oh, I have to point the other way. This guy. Wait, I don't know.